Oh, okay.
Oh, hey!
Alright.
It's baby time. It's time for the TZ baby. Start the baby.
Okay.
A fair trial. Oh!
Don't do that. Wow. Anyway.
Oh god, I gotta do TZ.
Yeah, you're gonna be Terezi, obviously.
It's so bad at her. Okay, go ahead.
Alright. Okay, alright, just checking the volume settings. Okay, it's a cool, breezy evening. Violet leaves crunch under your feet as you stroll casually through a dense and inviting forest. Not an environment you are used to on this planet, that's for sure. You should be lapping up this serenity like a thirsty dog at a zen fountain. Instead, you're brooding. So many new friends, all of them a special breed of sad. You don't like seeing sad people, so you've done everything in your power to fix them. Slumber party, matchmaking, throwing a giant spider into a volcano. The smiles your new friends greet you with are all the proof you need that you've been doing good work. And yet, you can't help but wonder how much of a difference any of this really makes. Oh boy. Especially on Alternia. You've gathered that even if one of these kids avoids being murdered by an insectoid eugenics robot, they'll just wind up conscripted into a lifetime of military service under a colonial empire. Which makes it really hard to believe that inducing a few bouts of revelatory catharsis will ultimately amount to much. It's a depressing thought, and you're not entirely sure what to do with it, which is why you came out here. Nothing better for the soul than a nature hike, right? Maybe after a nice long walk, you'll come out right as... Hey, is that a tree house?
Oh.
Ouch? Question mark? Oh boy.
Ouch is right, criminal.
Oh god. Great. More shenanigans. You won't lie and say the prospect of making friends with a spooky shark and glaringly red shades isn't appealing, but a criminal doesn't have a great taste in your mouth, doesn't leave a great taste. When you try to move, well, you don't, because you're tied to a chair. Strike 2 on the bad taste scorecard. Probably shouldn't stick around for strike 3. In a moment of uncharacteristic self-preservation, you close your eyes and attempt to zap away. But you can't!
Uh-oh.
Your head hurts and your vision is still kinda hazy, which might imply brain damage on account of your surprise wanging. With your luck, that probably means your superpowers are permanently broken. Typical. Looking up at your captor again, you can't help thinking the specs are a bit extra. What kind of loser wears big angular sunglasses like that anyway?
You're certainly... You'd certainly be one to judge if you had the legal authority to do so. A fashionable dress like that with blood as deliciously red as yours. The hypocrisy on you stinks like a fragrant puss.
Puss?
Yeah!
Karen!
It says puss right there!
It says puss.
Puss.
You idiot.
I'm so... Continue.
A fragrant puss, what the fuck?
Alright.
You're stupid. Gross. Jeez.
Can't wait for you to make an edit on that. Anyway.
What's up with these aliens and their hang-ups about blood?
Oh god.
Haha.
Yeah, I can't. I don't want to be loud right now. Ha 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 ha! We'll just say. Hang-ups. Gallows humor is an admirable quality. But such crowd-pleasing theatrics will not spare you from the full weight of... the law!
Oh god.
Yay!
Oh boy. Here we go. That sword.
Aw, yeah.
You screwed my dude.
She's got nice tits. Real perky.
Oh boy. A bizarre tableau unfolds before you. Stuffed dragons in benches, a big angry monster.
I like those hands. Sorry, I'm just looking at the art. Continue.
Empty noose dangling next to a window. Looks like you've just wandered into a courtroom drama.
Dun dun dun.
Much to your relief, your kidnapper isn't a shark, and you have to admit the glasses do come together in the ensemble, but it is instead a short, stocky turtle girl in a short-sleeved turtleneck, and a pair of garish red Crocs.
Yay!
Canon. The fashion on this one is staggering, especially with the... Is that a sword cane with a dragon's head?
It is, because I'm blind and cool. But make no mistake, I don't need eyes to smell how guilty you taste.
Wow, is every sentence that tumbles out of this troll's mouth going to be weird and uncomfortable?
Yes. But enough from you, Cherry Cheeks. His honorable tyranny will only tolerate so much banter before holding you in contempt. We did already have a fanfic. I mean, not a fanfic, a fucking, like, dating sim with Terezi, if you remember. And the cool sprite.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yep. You might be developing some contempt yourself.
I wanna play it, but I don't think it's playable anymore.
You can find, like, an archived version.
Okay, anyway, keep going. We should play it on the channels.
If you're being honest...
Well, unless you want to be squeezed until your organs burst from your eyes, you'll can the backtalk and let the prosecution get to work.
Is that what being held in contempt means? Fine. I guess you'll be polite and stop interrupting.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Right. Now that we have the preamble out of the way...
There's a ding from her computer, and her posture immediately switches from confident to frustrated.
Hold on.
He strides over to her husktop, tapping the gleaming edge of her cane in front of her as she goes. You wonder what kind of...
I think she's holding it by the blade right now.
Yep.
Oh wait, no, maybe she's actually holding it back there. Oh! I'm sorry.
You dong.
Anyway,
you wonder what kind of miraculous accessibility contraptions exist on this planet that a blind person can just use. Is she licking the monitor? Yes, she's licking her filthy fucking computer monitor, just slathering it up with her teal-tinted saliva.
Yes.
Going at it like a husband greeting his war wife after 20 years at sea.
Oh, I love Terezi so much. Anyway.
Stupid.
Why? Sorry, give me a second.
No problem, you say. Not like you're going anywhere. Ha ha. Okay, she's distracted. Now would be a great time to go somewhere. Your powers still seem to be on the fritz, but you think the weight of your incredible ass might shatter this chair if you could get some leverage. Alright.
Alright, let's get some leverage.
Alright. You lean forward onto your feet, take a deep breath, and then hop backwards as hard as you can. It worked! You scramble up out of the broken chair as your captor turns towards you.
What the fuck?
You try to run, but the rope still around your legs has other plans as you trip, try to catch your weight, fail, and just sort of let the momentum of your vaudevillian tumble carry you across the room. You slam into your captor and send both of you flying out the window. Oh, this is way higher up than you thought. You grab onto her and pray for dear life. Hey, you're not falling. That's a relief.
Oh no.
You congratulate your agile friend on her quick reflexes in grabbing hold of...
Oh my god.
Oh no. You've heard of a hung jury, but this is ridiculous.
Oh my god.
Epic. Epic laugh track.
The prosecution.
Put a bazinga over this.
Aw, poor Terezi. Fucking Myrtle.
Got him.
Got him. I love Terezi so much.
Alright, so
let's wait it out.
Not gonna get any leverage. It worked a little too well.
Yeah.
I love it when they die, man.
I love it so much too. I'm just glad that people have actually died in this instead of them just like...
Finally.
Yeah. Finally. Something that's actually like... realistic for their fucking culture. Anyway.
Alright, let's wait it out. You decide it's best to wait this out. The sword and noose are a bit worrying, but with the plush toys and chalk drawings, it strikes you that this is probably the closest thing Alternia has to a tea party. Which would be adorable if it weren't so depressing. Playing along seems like a prime friend-making activity. Besides, whoever got hurt in court of law... After a few brusque keystrokes, she strolls back to her place in the center of the room.
Not a word in half a sweep, and now she won't shut up.
You ask who she was talking to.
Just some dumb angry girl who needs to leave me alone until the heat death of the universe. Who even cares anyway? Not me, that's who.
Wow.
Where were we?
Crimes?
Crimes! You're here today to face the highest justice under my authority as Premier League-affiliated legislator in training of His Honorable Tyranny's court.
Alright.
So it seems, again, it seems like there's only one Honorable Tyranny. And it is with most authority that I accuse you of that most grievous of crimes against the empire of her imperious condescension.
Uh-oh. What crime would that possibly be? Breaking and entering? Doping with a clown? You guess she could technically nail you down as accomplice to murder, but...
The crime of... existing!
Epic. What? You're waiting for the other shoe to drop, but the damn thing just seems to be stuck up there. What did she say about being in training? You're beginning to wonder if this, what did she call it? Slayliciter? Prosecutioner? Public dexterpedist? Beginning to wonder if this murder lawyer actually knows what the hell she's talking about.
You think I'm making this up? Do I really look like the kind of girl who would randomly commit unprompted and unjustified murder on a whim?
Yes. Look, you've met some weird fucking trolls on this planet, and they all seem to have a pretty laissez-faire attitude.
Muscly arms. Anyway.
Laissez-faire attitude about murder, so...
No. You know what? Fine. If you're going to be a pedantic snot-nubbed little wiggler about it, I'll just recite the whole fucking law verbatim.
Oh boy.
Article 5, subsection 11, paragraph 68 of the Second New Codes of Alternian Jurisprudence
Okay.
describes your crime as being, having been, or possessing the capacity to be in need of material resource, consumption for the purposes of curtailing biological expiry, existing, in, of, around, or through imperial territory, as one of unclassifiable sanguination, mutant, one of extrasolar or origination, alien, or one who plans to commit, has committed, or may possess the capacity to commit high crimes in Fish-demeanors against her imperial condescension, criminal.
Wow. All three of those things.
There. Happy now?
Dang, this girl really knows her stuff.
Of course I do. I'm not some fly-by-lunar cycle troll slaughter consultant. I'm a fucking professional.
Clearly. How could you question her expertise on the subject of what is and is not technically a crime when there's so many books piled up haphazardly? You definitely are existing as an alien, after all, and you guess that does by definition make you a criminal. And from the look of that noose, you doubt the punishment is something as quaint as being thrown on the slammer. So is there an appeals process, or...
Nope.
She springs forward with a surprising agility and presses her face right up against yours, sniffing you with alarming enthusiasm.
Your game of candied apple ignorance may convince the pan-scrambled clown fuckers in the cheap seats, but I smell the deception dripping off you like a delicious marmalade. You'll have to do better than this if you really want to.
She sniffs.
Want to.
She sniffs again.
Did Kanaya make this dress?
Oh look, an out. Yeah, you say. You and her are great friends. The best. In fact, you think you should message Kanaya right now to clear all this up. You know, like a character witness?
I've witnessed your character plenty, and it's as bland as they come.
That's certainly not the worst contemplative noise you've ever heard.
I may have misjudged you. If you tell anyone I said that, I'm going to cut off your arms and use them to finger paint bulges on your face until you bleed to death.
You decide that keeping this pointlessly mundane secret is definitely in your best interest. So, does this mean you're free to go?
Not so fast. May have implies possibility, not certainty. Maybe Kanaya gave you this dress because she likes you, or maybe you pressured her into it circumstantially. Into it circumstantially. Maybe you're a delightfully clueless and well-intentioned interloper from beyond the stars. Or maybe you were sent here as a sleeper agent, okay. To learn all our weaknesses so that the entities controlling you can sabotage our future. In cases such as these, I find the best course of action is to leave the verdict up to chance.
Oh boy. She produces a double-headed coin with one side scratched out, and you immediately know exactly where this is going.
The terms are simple. Heads, and I release you from your bonds. Tails, and I release you from being alive.
Is she really about to take you out like a gangster just betrayed their duality-themed mob boss? Before you can request a less Saturday morning cartoon solution, she flips the coin into the air. Well, this is bad. It's bad and it kind of makes you angry.
Oh.
This doesn't make sense. You didn't do anything, but here you are with a 50-50 chance of getting immersed by a jovial gremlin anyway. Do you think this is normal? Your head is clear enough that you could zap away if you really tried, but something about this murder lawyer is stuck in your craw. Her devotion to justice is obvious, but it's a twisted and brutal justice, streamlined for violence and painfully efficient in enabling exactly that, if this mock trial is anything to go by. This is the same system that requires insectoid eugenics robots to keep the peace, after all. There's so much wrong here, and she doesn't even see it. Like, metaphorically see it. The coin is falling. Every rotation brings you closer to a fate that, regardless of outcome, wouldn't be fair. You decide to think about what should be fair. Just like that, you're standing next to her. With a scream, you snatch her coin out of the air and hurl it full force through the window.
Alright.
Bazinga.
My coin!
Sorry, you shout, but she can't expect you to just accept the whims of chance when your life is on the line.
Why not?
Because that sucks. It's lame and dumb and really cliche. What is she, a comic book villain?
Am I supposed to know what that is?
You don't know. Troll culture seems to have a lot of really arbitrary similarities to human culture, and it's honestly very confusing, but that's beside the point. With a broad sweep of your arm, you gesture at her drawing of the honorary Tyrannosaurus, or whatever, and just ask what he should think of your little stunt just now.
The trial isn't for him. We act like it. We act like it is, but everyone knows he's just a big, hangry monster.
Huh? Then who?
It's for the audience, obviously. By the time you make it to the stand, you're basically dead already.
Don't the accused get a chance to defend themselves?
Defend? Ha! Only the outrageously guilty would ever think to defend themselves in a court of law.
Wow, that's fucked up. What's the point of even having a trial then?
Besides the sheer pleasure of watching all the hope slowly drain from someone's eyes as they confront their imminently approaching and inevitably gruesome execution.
Yeah, besides that.
It's a warning to the seditious of what happens when they cross the line.
That line is, existing?
Yep.
The nonchalance of her answer underlies just how upsetting all of this really is. You remember the law she recited, and one part in particular sticks out to you. Unclassifiable sanguination. Didn't Karkat try to commiserate with you about having mutant blood or something?
You know Karkat, too?
Epic.
I keep waiting for him to fuss about team leaders, but now he won't shut up about this thing he calls a Dave.
Boy.
Everyone was so worked up about the game, and now they're just over it suddenly.
Yep, that's your fault. Karkat would probably have a nuclear conniption if he knew you were about to say this, but you ask her if she's aware of his blood color.
Of course I'm aware of it. What do you think I am, blind?
Yes. Karkat's a mutant, right? If you remember correctly, that makes him guilty of the same crime you are. Her expression turns sour, and you can tell this is something she spent a lot of time trying not to think about. You figure she avoided summarily executing you because you're friends with her friends, so she would probably avoid killing Karkat as well. And that's a good thing. Great, in fact. You cannot stress enough how awesome that is. But doesn't that strike her as a bit hypocritical, making exceptions for her friends? Does she think that everyone else who dies at court or gets cold in their own hives deserves what they get just because she doesn't know them personally?
It doesn't matter what I think. This is just how things are. It sucks, but it would suck a lot worse to be killed for saying so. And then who would protect Karkat? Who would protect? I can't help everyone, Cherry Cheeks. I can barely help my friends. Maybe if I stick to it long enough, I can change things from the inside. That's the best any of us can hope for.
Yes, that doesn't sound like the worst plan. In fact, it kinda reminds you of...
Tizius?
Who? You feel a sadness swell up in your heart so fast and heavy that it knocks you over into her and without meaning to you.
Okay.
Zap. Oh boy.
Here we go again.
Not the CBT tunnel. Anything but this.
Go ahead.
Your vision is swimming, voices echo in your head, but you can't pick any of them out. You look around and something is watching you. Not maliciously, not yet. Just observing from a curious distance. Not that you can do anything about it while you're clutching your head and trying to put your memories together. You've been circling around this awful familiar feeling ever since you left Earth, drawn towards it like a singularity, but the closer you get, the less it makes sense.
What the fuck just happened? Did you kill me just now? Is this troll hell?
It's close enough. Troll hell? Trolls not have an actual name for... Wait, she's here too?
Here seems to be an ambitious description. It's more of an ambiguous nexus of metaphysical realities. How do you know that?
That's an awfully specific description. Yeah. She been here before?
No, but I've tasted places like it in my dreams.
Great, even more shenanigans. You look around and try to get your bearings, but nothing seems to be in focus. It's all too low resolution, simultaneously too bright and too dark to make sense of.
You okay over there, Cherry Cheeks? Your blood smells really loud right now.
You wouldn't know how to react to that even if you weren't having a memory-induced thought seizure. The pieces are too far apart, and you can't quite put it together. But you remember... friends? Bits of memory hit you, sudden flashes of joy, of violence, smiling faces, crying faces, bodies, plans. Hope that the world can be made into a better place.
What the fuck are you mumbling about? If you fried your think pan, at least let me in on it so I can participate.
You tell her what you can remember, which isn't much. Friends, sadness, dissatisfaction. People who were deeply unhappy with the state of Alternia and faced violence from all sides just as your new friends do today. Some of them wanted to change it from the inside, and you remember believing that they could. But you get the sense that a lot of time has passed between now and then, and it doesn't seem like Alternia has gotten much better. In fact, it may have gotten worse. It seems like whatever it was your friends tried to do, they failed.
That's unfortunate. Of course they did.
What does she mean by that?
Even in the context of your nonsense time-traveling amnesiac cover story, it's not hard to believe. Compelling idiots have good ideas all the time. That doesn't change the fact that they're idiots. Which is why I'm going to succeed where everyone else had their entrails ripped out by a swarm of drones and died like the scrubs they were. I am many things, Cherry Cheeks. An idiot isn't one of them.
She flashes a bright and pointed smile, filled with a confidence that you believe with every atom in your body. But you're pretty sure she's not the first person to make you feel that way. Idiots or not, the friends you used to have were just as sure of themselves then as she is now.
Yeah.
And what good did it do? Honestly, you doubt that intelligence or competence has much to do with it at all. You think about the drones you barely avoided at Karkat's Hive, and your brief exposure to what this planet calls a criminal justice system. For as violent and unjust as things could be on Earth, at least there was some pretext that the system existed to serve the purpose.
Serve the people.
For people. Here it's just murder. You aren't sure that's a system that anyone could salvage. Your smile melts into a frown, and You really should ask what this troll's name is.
Terezi Pyrope. Okay.
See that again. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Terezi doesn't sound
I
particularly...
wonder if at one time he glitched across the screen, it was actually something different.
Oh, I doubt it.
Anyway.
I don't think Red P's advanced enough for that. Terezi doesn't sound particularly happy, as she slumps against a debatably extant wall and slides down into a crouch. Her face is a mask of barely contained emotion.
I can tell why Karkat would like you. You're very depressing.
You chuckle and sit down a respectable distance away from her. You definitely don't mean to be depressing, but you have a knack for digging up drama. The hazards of forging new friendships, you guess.
If Vriska saw us right now, she'd derisively laugh herself into an aneurysm.
Terezi knows Vriska?
That's one way to put it. We were practically sisters before she broke the rules and ruined everything. How do you know her?
Oh, you know, you played some flarp, killed some kids, felt guilty about it, threw Vriska's mom into a volcano.
Wow, you really have gotten around. What's a mom?
You'd think that was just about the saddest thing you ever heard get said, if you didn't already know what Alessis was. Put a good nice head there.
Yep. You killed her, Alessis? So she's... That explains why she's been messaging me. Ha!
Bad.
I'm not gonna laugh the fucking fool because I can't be loud.
Terezi's laughing, but it doesn't sound like any laughter you've ever heard.
I can't fucking believe it. Circuit figures her shit out just in time for me to have my own identity crisis. And I bet she thinks everything's supposed to be fine between us now, just because... Want to know a secret, Cherry Cheeks?
Might as well add another one to the pile, you say.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I never have, and now I don't think I ever will.
Wow, that's bleak. You guess you're sorry.
It's not your fault. You haven't told me anything I didn't already know.
Her lips are trembling as she reaches behind her and pulls out a box of chalk and removes a red piece. You think this is a weird time for artistic expression, but... Oh, she's eating it. Terezi offers you a piece. You don't want to be rude, but you also really don't want to eat chalk. She shrugs and crunches on it like an unshelled lobster. You guess you have to take that in stride. The more important thing is that Terezi is inconsolably sad, which sucks because you're the only person in a position to console her. Oh boy.
I say give her a hug, but what do you think?
Oh boy. Oh man, this is dude. You don't know how to fix this. You don't know how to make Terezi feel better. The best you can think to do is put your arms around her. Despite the fact that you're a complete stranger who basically just kidnapped her, she welcomes the embrace.
I hated her for what she did. Not to me, but to our friends. All but went to war over it. After our truce, we cut ties. My hope was that she would avoid hurting anyone else. But deep down, I knew she would have to kill her eventually. I would have to kill her eventually. In the name of justice. Oh. She did terrible things, but so did I. Some of them together. Wait, we did some of them together. Why wasn't I culpable? Why did I blame her for something we did to each other?
You think it's regrettably natural to blame the person in front of you when you get hurt, especially when the real problem is too big and esoteric to stab through the chest with a sword cane.
Vriska did what she did because she had to. So did I. We both deserved the revenge we brought on each other. But we were all victims of the big picture. It made us what we are. Ensured we would do what we did. Every little injustice started there. And when we fight, whoever painted that picture smiles and laughs. Because they know they've already won.
It sits up a little straighter, and you feel your spine follow suit almost on its own.
Fuck that.
Terezi slips out of your arms and stands up, pulling you to your feet with her. Her entire demeanor has changed. She's practically vibrating with determination.
Take me to Vriska's hive.
Murder time.
I'm assuming that's a thing you can do.
Kill. Oh, yeah, that's a thing you can do. Your mind is still buzzing, but talking to Terezi has calmed that storm just enough for you to focus. As you take her hand, you spare a last look around this bizarre, impossible space. You still feel watched, but it's distant now, maybe even approving. You have so many questions, but those will have to wait. Right now, you've got work to do.
Oh, hey there. She was just ready.
Yep.
Oh.
Before you even see where you've landed, Terezi marches up to a very surprised Vriska and backs her up against the wall. She stops just a few feet away, looking up at the cerulean spider girl with anger on her face. Despite their difference in stature, Vriska is intimidated. You caught her off guard, and Terezi is unflinching. The room is completely silent. You see Terezi clenching her fists. She looks one wrong move away from unleashing hell. This isn't quite what you had in mind when you brought her here, and you really hope your new friends aren't about to fight each other. Very awkward. Something in the air changes. You aren't entirely sure what's happening. Something is definitely happening, and you figure it's best to just cross your arms and pretend you don't exist. Terezi's posture softens. Her hands relax as she breathes a soft sigh. Vriska straightens up, letting her own tension dissipate. Yes, you're feeling a little less tense yourself. Just like talking emojis at each other.
Yeah.
Every day. A little weirder.
Yeah.
Okay. What the heck is moving over here? What is that?
God, I don't know. A piece of her sword that overlapped over there? I don't know. Go ahead.
When Vriska cracks a hesitant smile. Oh, I think it's just the... Never mind. Terezi leans back. She's sniffing the air intensely.
Oh, I see what it is.
Which feels like a good sign. Everyone's getting a little looser, a little more casual.
You guys will have no idea what we're talking about later. Anyway.
Definitely an improvement. Then they both start cackling, slapping their knees like I just heard the most hilarious knock-knock joke in history.
Okay.
You sure?
I love the way Vriska's like so like her expression is so like rigid in this, you know what I mean?
Yep. You'd sure like to get in on the joke too, but you figure it would probably be rude to ask. Bad. And then they hug. Slide into each other.
Okay.
You're not exactly sure what just happened, but you figure hugging is a powerful platonic friend activity, even in the worst of times. It's gotten you this far, after all. Yeah, that's all this is, just two gal pals hugging it out. It's so sweet you could cry. When they separate, Terezi meanders over to a window overlooking the pit where Vriska's Lussus used to live.
So she is dead. Oh god. Oh yeah, I'm real broken up about it too.
Vriska winks at you.
No, you're not. No, I'm not.
Terezi turns and leans up against the windowsill.
You have a lot to make up for. That's why I've been messaging you. I want to apologize, okay? I don't want your apology, Vriska. I have a lot to make up for, too.
There's definitely some kind of something going on in this room that you're completely oblivious to. You wonder what went down between these girls that they can't even talk about what they're talking about.
What do you mean? There is so much injustice in the world. Every drop of deliciously innocent and painfully extracted blood on this planet is just paint for the fishy fucks up top to play with. And the worst part is that we're complicit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. That we're complicit. We revel in it, even. I reveled in it. Terezi, are you? Time to start a revolution.
Bad.
They could never make this violence good, so they had to make it fun. And I had so much fun hurting people.
It is fun, though.
Who knows how long I would have gone on like that if I hadn't if it hadn't been for our weird invasive species of friend here.
Terezi wipes a tear from her cheek and smiles at you, and you feel a huge wave of relief. Friends, with a former murder lawyer in training, you sure know how to pick 'em.
For once, Vriska, I want to revel in something good. I want them to feel the razor edge of their own justice. I want their blood to stain the dirt beneath my feet like the pathetic wiggling insects they are. Alright.
Instantly blasted for heresy crimes.
Yeah.
Here come the drone outside.
Oh, but I can't do it alone. I don't want to do it alone. Oh.
You watch as Terezi takes in a measured breath. For just a moment, you can imagine her standing in a room full of determined people, just behind the person everyone else would call leader, smiling a wicked smile. She's not the one who commands the stage, you think. She's the one who controls the spotlight. She's the one who knows what happens next.
I'm not sure what we are together anymore, Vriska. I've hated you. I felt a lot of things. What I know is that we're dangerous, and fate seems determined to make us rivals. That almost sounds fun, doesn't it? We could fight for the rest of our lives if we wanted to. Each the scourge of each the scourge of the other, until one or both of us winds up dead. They tell stories about us for a long time. But I don't want that to happen anymore. Do you? No! Cry.
You haven't known Vriska very long, but this is a side of her you've never seen. You doubt many people have.
I don't know, man. She's fucking been emotional the whole time.
Yeah, the whole route.
The whole time she's been an emotional wreck.
It's actually really awkward. You should probably go, but your prying curiosity and desire for interpersonal closure keep you glued to the spot.
We had the right idea in the wrong circumstances. But this time, I think we can really do something together. So let's try this again. Vriska, will you be my scourge sister? Yeah, obviously. Good. Then let's get to fucking work. Happy babies.
They share a look that you can't quite read, but you get the feeling that this was a resounding success.
Yay!
Got him.
Well, I like how we're changing the story drastically. Fucking
Yep.
Jesus Christ. Alright.
You know, if the world doesn't end, then Alternia can have its civil rights movement.
Yeah! Let's go.
I don't know what the fuck, like, can only imagine look on Scratch's face.
Yeah. God. He's so stupid. Oh.
So, you know, he's like engineered this planet for Spurb.
Yeah.
But they're not playing it.
Yep. I think this might be a good way for us to figure out how Scratch would react to something that doesn't go according to plan.
Yeah, if we see him again.
Hopefully. Alright, let's go. Give her a distraction.
You give out a mournful sigh. Alternia is a meat grinder fine-tuned to pulverize anyone who tries to gum up the works. Maybe there's something to be done, but you don't think either of you are going to be the ones to do it.
Yeah. Oh! Why bother, right?
Complete 180.
She's probably doing just fine without me anyway.
When you look over to her, you see she's doing her very best to hide her tears. That's no good. You may be lost in a cynical and ennui of political burnout, but that doesn't mean you can just sit by and watch your new pal descend into abject disarray. What you two need is a distraction. What you need is...
A distraction?
A clown.
Oh no! Okay.
Are you kidding me, dude?
This is the worst idea ever.
You grab Terezi's hand and think the happiest, honkiest thoughts you can muster.
Maybe we appear with Marvis.
And just like that, we're on Dirk's ship.
Oh no.
You're right there in the living room of your dear friend Gamzee.
Oh god.
What a sight for sore eyes is this jovial cut-up of a drug-addled juggalo.
Is this me? I forgot.
It's you.
Oh god. What the fucking motherfuck?
With comical slowness, he dive bombs away from you over this couch into a pile of horns. A chaotic honk cacophony sends Gamzee into a chorus.
They couldn't make multiple honks at once.
No.
No, that's too much.
No. Into a chorus of screams.
Just a bass boosted honk.
You elbow Terezi. Smell that? How can she possibly think about the crushing impossibility of making the world a better place when this fellow's over here acting such a fool? Her frown is unwavering as Gamzee clambers back to his feet.
I don't blame you. Fucking what the fuck?
Imagine thinking this is a good idea.
Yeah. That was a righteous motherfucking miracle what you just gone all up and did in front of me. Got me scared honk-wise right into the horn pile, my brother. It's a real good thing I'm tripping the pie clown-tastic right now. Otherwise my pump biscuit might have flipped turnways hard enough to make me be all violent on a motherfucker.
His smile is nothing if not cordially unhinged.
Hey, Gams. Terezi. Well, fuck me all situational, yup. What it do, my sister? It do too much. Shit, man. That's some bad news to hear. Now that I'm looking all up at you motherfuckers, you seem pretty hellaciously burdened. Like in the soul of what we have.
You agree that you do all have souls, probably. That's the answer he was looking for, right?
If I have a soul, it's a tar-tasting slime stuck on the bottom of a ground pusher covering.
A manhole cover?
Yeah, I guess.
What the fuck is a ground pusher?
Whatever.
Oh.
Okay, got it. You mean a shoe? Whatever. This is great. I can't wait to do our fucking governor linguist thing.
Nutly nut.
Well, I don't know what you two hoes have scribbled down on your planners for tonight, but if it's the world that has you weary-eyed, methinks maybe you should be getting to have your think pans all up in some pie pans, my mans.
That's not a bad idea. What better distraction from the dystopic nightmare of Alternia than the warm, comforting embrace of hallucinogenic drugs? Terezi seems momentarily unsure, like some sensible part of her is desperately begging her to do literally anything else.
Fuck it.
He plops down on the couch with determination, sinking into it like a sack of disillusioned potatoes.
What is directly the noise? Wait, that is directly the noise what I like to hear.
Gamzee slithers down next to her and puts an arm over Terezi's shoulder. He tenses up but doesn't push him away.
What about you, Miracle Femster? Themster, my bad. Do you want to be getting all in with this?
He pats the seat next to him with a delightful grin. You think you feel the same tug of reason Terezi felt? We'll be damned if you pretend to have more sense than a lawyer. Besides, you're having a hard time imagining anywhere you'd rather be than the arms of a fragrant clown.
Mm-hmm.
He puts his arm around your shoulders as you sit and try to make yourself comfortable.
No, ain't this just the coziest motherfucking snuggle sesh there ever was?
You see Terezi sniff at an open, half-empty Faygo bottle before taking a big swig.
Pass me some of that wicked elixir, my sister.
Gamzee takes his own demure sip, gargling as he sucks from the bottle. By the time he passes it to you, you're pretty sure it's more backwash than Faygo.
Gross. Ew.
Which is still more Faygo than none, you guess.
Ew.
It is without a doubt the most vile combination of taste and viscosity you have ever put in your body, but hey, at least now you're not thinking about politics. As you toss the empty bottle to the ground, already lost in a stupefied haze, you glance over at your new pal Terezi. He doesn't look happy, but at least she doesn't look sad. Goal accomplished? Yes.
Oh.
Got him.
We all get wasted. Yay!
The dong zone.
Wasted. Fucking wasted!
Stop being dumb.
Okay.
Anyway, cool.
We did it.
That's that. What? Fix your achievement, asshole. Fix this.
I loved that route, actually. Terezi died. Terezi started a revolution, kinda. She got wasted at another one.
Uh-huh.
What an adventure.
Such cool endings.
We went all over the place with that. You know?
Yep.
In 3 completely different,
Yep.
different directions.
Okay.
Yay!
Wow.
I want to see her die again.
Oh my god.
We don't have to do it in the video. Alright, see you guys next time.
Probably like December or something.
See you guys next time.
When this is coming out. See you soon.
Goodbye!
Goodbye.
Bye!